Operation Engage America is a free day-long event being promoted by my guest, Jean Somers, an advocate for PTSD awareness and treatment. Also joining us is Marine veteran Drew Lucas, who's speaking at Saturday's event about his struggle with PTSD. And Jean, remind us about how you became an advocate for PTSD treatment and awareness.
Mine is a sad story. Our 30-year-old son committed suicide after struggling with his post-traumatic stress and TBI issues for almost a decade. So he committed suicide June 10th of 2013.
And that's when you decided to...
Yeah, he left a very thought-provoking suicide letter that indicated exactly why he committed suicide, and for that we're thankful. But my husband and I considered it our marching orders to get out there and do something about it for other families so that they did not have to suffer like we have.
And then one of the things you're doing is this Operation Engage America. What's being offered there and who can attend?
Anybody can attend. It's a free event. We'd like to have family members, anybody in the community, certainly veterans. There are going to be 70 resource tables available. They're going to cover everything from wave therapy to the VA to
kind of just linking people up with local resources?
Right, everybody in the local community, because even though there are 46,000 organizations in the United States, every local community, they're different. So the people here that provide service dogs is different than it is in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, why do you think the event is necessary to have here in San Diego?
I think it's necessary because even though we have a great system with 211 San Diego, it's a phone system. And for us, we were a very, if I can use the word, touchy-feely family. We were, when I see somebody in my family, I hug them. And I really think it's really important that we get back to that personal one-on-one connection where we're looking somebody in the eye and really hearing what it is that they're saying, really listening to them.
Drew, you have PTSD and you had traumatic brain injury. Tell us about what happened.
In Afghanistan, my second deployment, I was involved in an IED attack, rendering me, not to my knowledge until I got back home, of a TBI. Other combat issues, suicide bombers, just everything you get in combat.
When did you realize that you had PTSD?
I realized it, I was still in Afghanistan, but more so about 3 or 4 months after I got home. Seeing things, panic attacks, insomnia, just heightened awareness.
Well, you'll be speaking at Saturday's event, as I mentioned, and you're very public about the impact of PTSD in your life through poetry. Why are you sharing your story?
It needs to be. It has to be. Whether it's other people struggling, it could help. If I can help one person, that makes everything I do make sense.
Jean, the last time you joined us, you were advocating for national legislation to improve mental health services for veterans. What's the status of that legislation right now?
Well, I think what we've learned is that you can't improve it for veterans unless you improve it for all Americans. And so the two issues that are really out there is the Kennedy Forum is really trying to push the idea of parity, that mental illness is the same as physical illness, and that we need to start treating it that way. We need to start talking about it, and we need to reimburse it the same way as we do. And then the other thing is Representative Tim Murphy out of Pennsylvania is working hard at legislation to actually improve the mental health and how it does really work, and including the privacy laws that we have.
So that's the legislation, but Drew, what would you say that one thing, if there could be one for our viewers, that they could do to help improve the care and support of veterans who have PTSD?
Awareness, and not just awareness, actions. Just being aware or saying put work behind those thoughts.
So contacting people?
Asking questions, inquiring, local veterans that you know, family members, any type of support. connecting, just like what Jean's doing with Operation Engage America. Volunteering, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you to add to that. So volunteering, and they can also listen to your poetry on
Certainly.
YouTube, I understand. All right, Drew Lucas and Jean Somers, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I want to let folks know that Operation Engage America is this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Liberty Station Conference Center in Point Loma.